Hello again, everybody. I am Fort Worth Star-Telegram sports columnist Mac Engel, and welcome to another edition of the Big Mac Chat. Haven't done one of these in a little while, and I am more than happy to be joined by my guest here to the right, Fox football sports analyst, Mr. Joel Klatt, here in Arlington before an XFL game. Joel, how much did they pay you in order to do this right now?
Yeah, Nothing, but they said there was free lunch afterwards, so I'm in.
I'm going to run you out to Chick-fil-A or something like that.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I love it. That sounds delicious.
For those of you who are uninitiated with Joel, he's got an opinion on everything. He does. It's really good stuff.
Good or bad.
You're right. And he is one of the up-and-coming football analysts on television today. And he's in town to talk a little bit about the XFL game with the Renegades. And, I'm dying to know, when you watch the XFL so far, we're through a few weeks of their first regular season, what have you seen so far, Joel, that you said, that's good?
Oh, gosh, there's a lot of things. Let me just go off kind of the top few. I think that the rule changes have been really positive for the sport. I really believe that other levels of football, i.e. the college game, the NFL game, should adopt some of these rules, and I'll start with the kickoff.
You like that one?
The kickoff is outstanding. We're removing what is the most dangerous play in the sport, and if there is any concern about player safety, then everybody should be at least acknowledging that this is as good of a way, or the best way that I've seen, that you can retain the kickoff in the sport and yet make the game safer. So I think the statistics go like this. The kickoff plays about 6% of NFL or college football games, and yet it accounts for 21% of the head injuries. So if we can remove the long-run concussion, the long-run collision, I should say, from the sport, I think that that's a positive thing. So that's number one. I like some of the clock rules just to make the game go quicker so that we can get under that 3-hour mark. I think that would be great for college football to incorporate some of that stuff. But that's been really positive. And then overall, I think that the quality of the play has been pleasantly a surprise for me. So it's been a positive experience so far for me.
In conversation with Oliver Luck, I'm sure you know very well, the commissioner of the league, he and I talked about some things that he thought should improve, but he didn't think it was anything major, like anything he would say, man, how did we not see that coming?
Sure.
But there was one thing that I thought that they have no control over that's got to get better, and I don't know if you can do anything, and that is the play of the quarterback. It's either really good or really not good.
Well, and remember how new this is, right? If you take any quarterback that is brand new to any team or system on the planet, whether it's a freshman going into high school or college or a rookie in the NFL, it's really hard to be great right away. And so I think we've lost the element of perspective to some degree when it comes to quarterback play. In particular, when you're looking at not just are the quarterbacks trying to learn the new system and these new offenses, but we're also putting them with 10 other players that are also brand new to the system. So this is just 4 games in a system and in a overarching kind of league that everything is new. And I've thought and continue to think that the game is getting better and better every single week. Last week we were with Jordan Ta'amu in St. Louis. He played his best football. Louis Perez with New York played his best football. I think Philip Nelson will play better on Saturday here. We've seen P.J. Walker have quality games. So this is it's a growing process, and I think that perspective needs to continue to remain for people out there evaluating the league. You can't just put a blanket statement on the league and its quarterback play because it's so new for all of them. So that would be I don't know, maybe that was a bristly answer, but that would be.
Well, it's a hard one because you can't. The league went out of its way to put all these new rules in place to give it a chance to be 30 to 28.
Sure.
And I love the PAT rule, the 1, 2, and 3. I think that's great. But at the end of it, the league can't execute it for the players, and obviously the quarterback's got to make it go.
Yeah.
And if the quarterback's not good enough, there's nothing Oliver Luck can do about that.
I do think that we've gotten better quarterback play as the season has gone on from teams here and there. But again, be patient. I think the quarterbacks will continue to improve, and I think scoring overall will continue to improve.
One of the things the XFL has done has been completely to be unafraid with its attitude and embrace of gambling.
Yeah.
Over, under, spreads, any of that stuff. As a commentator and as a guy who played the game, are you comfortable with that relationship between sport and $20 on the game? I
don't know. I'm not that comfortable just in the sense that I've never been a gambler, right? So even in games that I'm not covering or anything, I don't do it, right? So I'm not.
So it's just
in
not
the
something
world.
that was your
It's just
thing.
not something that's been my thing. I've never looked at
Are there
lines.
many analysts though, Joel, who put $20 on a game if they're
Not that I know of.
Neither do I.
Not one that I know of. But I do know most of my friends casually are putting 10, 15, $20 on games throughout college football, throughout the NFL, and now throughout the XFL, and it makes it more interesting for them. I do think that the way that each network has gone about it has been positive. It's not the main part of the broadcast.
No,
it's not the
but it's
main
there.
part, but it's there, and it's serving a sector of people that are watching the game for that purpose. And I think that's what the acknowledgement is that there is a sector of fans that are not just fans of the teams per se, but they're also there for the betting element. And so it's incumbent on the networks to at least serve that viewer with information. So from that standpoint, I am comfortable with it. When it pops up during the game, I don't think anything of it, and I address it, and we kind of move on as if it's just information in the game.
Last XFL question I'm going to ask you, and the aspiration for all these players, obviously, is to get to the NFL.
Sure.
Right? They want to be making $550 instead of $55. Has there been any player out there or players out there that you've seen, Joel, through 4 weeks that says that guy's going to get a look in camp?
Several. Let's just say it this way. If I were to break it down on average, I think there are 8 guys on every XFL team
Really?
that are certainly camp worthy, and maybe 2 to 4 on a team that are roster worthy. In the NFL.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, I think it's more than people realize. And to some degree, it's hard for the fan at home watching on TV or even in the stands to evaluate the line play. But there are some linemen out there that are doing great things. I think one of the guys is right here in Dallas, by the way, the tight end, Donald Parham.
You like him?
I really like him, and he's just scratching the surface of what he can be. He is a phenomenal talent and just a matchup nightmare. You mean to tell me that in all this spread football, that you can't find a spot.
Right, he
for
can't find a
6'8"?
job?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen, and he just needed time to develop, get film under him, and because of that, this experience is going to turn out to be incredibly positive for Donald Parham. But there are guys like that, I think, littering the league, and I wouldn't be shocked at all if you see a high number of these players that are in camps in the fall. And then there is a sector of these players that realize that this is the league for them, and they'll be back next year and the year after that, and that this is going to be their career in terms of professional football. But I think it's important to note that not every player in this league needs to be of NFL caliber for the league to be successful. You need some of those guys that could be quote-unquote XFL lifers, as well as a sector of them that can be bouncing back and forth, similar to a AAA squad in baseball.